Did go. Joining us now to talk more about this is Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales, whose district is the largest of any border district in the entire country. Congressman, good morning. Nice having you back on.
Yeah, good to see you, Rob.
I'm wondering if the vice president or anyone from the Biden administration has given you any idea what the next steps might be now that she has visited the border. Will there be any policy changes that they've made you aware of?
You know, it was a positive thing to see the vice president finally acknowledge that there's a crisis at our southern border. But the real question is, what now? And what worries me is if this administration continues to follow the path that they've been on, which has essentially been do away with whatever Trump's policies were, that's the wrong approach. Ideally, they sit down with those of us that are on the border every single day. Not only myself, I represent 40% of the border, but other people like Henry Cuellar. I think that'd be important. What now? What do we go forward? If they do away with Title 42, you're going to see this crisis go from bad to worse.
I have a question for you since you brought up Title 42. So basically that allows anyone who might have coronavirus, for example, to just basically the border is now just a turnstile. You walk right through. Title 42 used to allow the Border Patrol to prevent people that might be sick with communicable diseases from walking into the country. We've got this Delta variant. And, you know, this variant seems to be more serious maybe than some of the other variants. Time will tell with that. But should we really be repealing Title 42 right now with this variant out there?
Yeah, absolutely not. And look, I don't know if we have an alien problem, but I do know we have an illegal alien problem. And Title 42 is the last bastion that's holding that back. Border Patrol agents, the experts on the ground that see it and do it every day are begging to have Title 42 stay in place, because what's going to happen is it's just going to create more chaos. We're seeing record numbers of unaccompanied children. We're seeing record numbers of migrants come over. If Title 42 goes away, you're going to see floodgates open up wide open. And my hope is this administration can start to listen instead of have their head in the sand approach to it.
Well, it is going to be interesting to see what President Trump and Governor Abbott have to say on Wednesday when they get together at the border. The president held his first rally since leaving office just outside Cleveland, Ohio on Saturday, and he talked about why the vice president is finally visiting the border now. Take a listen.
Kamala Harris, your vice president, only went to the border yesterday for the one simple reason, because I announced that I was going next week, and I am, at the request of Texas Governor Abbott and the Border Patrol. I'm going to the border next week. Oh, if I didn't do that, I don't know if she was ever going to go. I really don't know was she ever going to go? I don't know.
Congressman, this is really unprecedented. A sitting governor is going to appear at the border with a former president instead of a sitting vice president. What does that tell you?
You know, President Trump isn't wrong. You know, we in Congress, Kevin McCarthy made a trip back in March. I've hosted over 25 members to the border. We've been pushing hard to get the administration's attention on this issue. It really took former President Trump showing that he was going to come down to the border for them to do anything. The fact that he is a former president and he has more of the pulse of what is happening on the ground just goes to show the state of where this administration is. Like I said, I hope they start to listen more and acknowledge that this problem is only solved in a bipartisan manner with Republicans and Democrats alike. Their head in the sand approach will not work.
Yeah, we had the president on the show on Friday, and I thought he put it so succinctly. He said, listen, if you just kept remaining in Mexico, there wouldn't be a crisis at the border right now. I thought that summarized the situation perfectly. Congressman Gonzales, so nice seeing you. Keep us posted on everything down there. Hope to talk to you later in the week after the former president and the governor visit the border. Thank you.